Individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff.
Yeah, but so there's still, I mean, it's crazy too because there's still more happening in court. Like, I mean, everything is still active, even though we're not hearing about it as much anymore. And the people may be fatigued, like we talked about prior to.
In one of the most shocking twists of the year, seeing Diddy Combs, a powerhouse in the music and entertainment industry for decades, now finds himself at the center of a scandal that could dismantle his entire career. The reason? Alarming allegations against him have surfaced, and if proven true, they could bring down not only Diddy but also some of Hollywood's biggest stars. At the core of this scandal is Courtney Burgess, a former close associate of Diddy, who has stepped forward with claims that could upend everything we thought we knew about the music mogul.
The U.S. judge has ruled that the rapper and producer Sean Diddy Combs will stand trial on federal trafficking and racketeering charges in May. He'll be held in prison until then. Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges that he used his business empire to transport women and male sex workers across state lines to take part in recorded sexual performances. If convicted, he could face a life sentence.
Burgess isn't just an outsider. His ties to Diddy run deep, and his recent testimony has already sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. According to Burgess, he possesses a series of flash drives containing recordings from Diddy's notorious parties, events that were rumored to be wild and untamed, but may, in reality, have been far darker than anyone imagined. Burgess claims these flash drives hold footage that is both disturbing and incriminating, not only for Diddy but also for several high-profile celebrities allegedly involved in questionable behavior. If true, this footage could reveal a hidden side of Hollywood that many would rather keep buried.
Now, to the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly did we...
According to Burgess, he acquired the incriminating flash drives from none other than Kim Porter, Diddy's former partner and the mother of 3 of his children, who passed away in 2018. Porter, reportedly aware of Diddy's darkest secrets, entrusted the footage and other documents to Burgess shortly before her death. This shocking claim has stirred up intense speculation, with many wondering if Porter's passing was truly as innocent as it seemed. Could she have been protecting herself and her children by securing this information? Burgess claims the flash drives contain recordings from Diddy's notorious invite-only parties, events long rumored in Hollywood to be wild, exclusive gatherings held at Diddy's private homes. However, according to Burgess, what went on at these parties was far more troubling, with high-profile attendees allegedly engaging in questionable behavior, some unaware they were being filmed. If genuine, the recordings could devastate reputations and even ruin entire careers.
Here today, just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see that.
Burgess further claims that the footage includes clips involving underage individuals, which, if presented as evidence, could have severe legal consequences for those involved. This revelation has raised the stakes considerably in Diddy's upcoming trial, with legal experts speculating on the potential fallout if these tapes make it to court. The repercussions could be catastrophic, not just for Diddy, but for anyone implicated in the footage. Rumors suggest that some of the celebrities involved may be even more high-profile than Diddy himself, creating a palpable tension across Hollywood as this scandal unfolds.
It's a question of that, but when you read through the indictment, it's pretty clear who could be indicted as a co-conspirator. Right now, there are people in the indictment who would be considered unnamed co-conspirators, but clearly have played a role in this conspiracy. And I think prosecutors have some big leverage on them because they're hoping that they testify against Diddy as prosecution witness.
Adding fuel to the fire is the existence of a manuscript that Burgess claims to have in his possession. Allegedly written by Kim Porter before her passing, the manuscript is titled * Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side *. This document reportedly details Porter's experiences with Diddy and uncovers shocking truths about their relationship, along with the many dark secrets she allegedly discovered during their time together. According to Burgess, the manuscript portrays a woman deeply troubled by what she knew and determined to expose the truth, even if it meant putting herself at risk.
Porter, that is Diddy's ex, who's also the mother of his 3 of his children.
Right.
Has detailed the alleged abuse that she suffered at his hands.
Oh, no.
And this is all in a memoir.
Kim Porter's sudden passing in 2018 has taken on new significance in light of these recent allegations. At the time, her death was attributed to natural causes, but rumors have since emerged suggesting there may have been more to the story. Burgess has hinted that in the months leading up to Porter's death, she became increasingly fearful, and he suggests she may have been silenced before she could reveal the truth. While there is no concrete evidence to back up these claims, the timing of her passing, combined with the contents of the manuscript, has certainly raised questions. What's even more unsettling is that this manuscript briefly appeared on Amazon earlier this year, only to be swiftly removed after objections from Diddy's children. It's unclear whether the manuscript was taken down due to legal pressure or to protect the family's privacy, but the incident has only fueled further intrigue surrounding Porter's story. Burgess insists the manuscript is genuine and holds crucial information that could expose Diddy's darkest secrets, but not everyone is convinced. Some of Porter's close friends, including Leandra Lane, have publicly dismissed both the manuscript and Burgess's claims, calling them a fabrication. Lane, who was reportedly very close to Porter, stated that there's no way Porter would have written such a document and accused Burgess of attempting to profit off her memory. This has created a divide among those who knew Porter, with some backing Burgess's version of events, while others insist the manuscript is nothing more than a hoax.
Just with this Cassie thing, I didn't know her, but I knew somebody like her, and that was Kim Porter. I didn't know Cassie, but I knew somebody who was going through the same thing she was going through, and that was Kim Porter.
Despite the ongoing denials, Burgess's testimony, along with the alleged existence of the flash drives and manuscript, has sparked a firestorm of controversy. With Diddy's trial set for May 2025, there's no telling what other revelations may emerge. Legal experts speculate that the tapes, if deemed admissible, could significantly strengthen the prosecution's case and potentially lead to more charges. Diddy's legal team has been adamant in denying all allegations, claiming they are part of a coordinated effort to bring him down, with Burgess seeking attention and financial gain. However, as the weight of the allegations continues to mount, maintaining his innocence in the court of public opinion is becoming increasingly difficult. Adding to the pressure is the fact that 2 high-profile lawyers have already stepped down from representing him, further complicating his defense.
Thought Diddy would be throwing all his celebrity mates under the bus.
I mean, that could potentially be coming when it's time for court and when it's time for him to testify. But what we're seeing right now is how important public relations really are to Sean Combs. He's desperately trying to control the narrative behind bars, allowing his attorneys to do documentaries.
The public reaction to these allegations has been swift and intense, with fans and critics alike turning to social media to express their shock and disbelief. Many are calling for accountability, not just for Diddy, but for any other celebrities who may be involved. The entertainment industry, long protected from the consequences of bad behavior, is now facing a reckoning, and Diddy's case could very well be the tipping point. The pressing question is whether these tapes will ever be revealed and what the fallout will be if they are. The implications of this case extend far beyond Diddy himself. If the allegations prove true, it could uncover a culture of secrecy and misconduct that has been entrenched in Hollywood for decades. With some of the biggest names in the industry rumored to be involved, the stakes have never been higher. As the grand jury continues to review the evidence, all eyes are on Diddy and his legal team, preparing for what could become one of the most explosive trials in recent memory.
This is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
The upcoming months will be crucial in determining how this case progresses, with both sides preparing for what is sure to be a lengthy and contentious legal battle. The grand jury's decision on whether to admit the tapes into evidence will likely serve as a pivotal moment in the case, setting the tone for the entire trial. If the tapes are allowed, it could open the door for more witnesses to come forward, potentially leading to even more damaging revelations. With so much at stake, it's no surprise that Diddy's legal team is fighting aggressively to keep the tapes out of the courtroom. However, as more details continue to surface, it's becoming increasingly difficult to contain the controversy. With the public demanding answers, it seems only a matter of time before the truth is revealed.
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the shoe have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on side watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there, he was like an overnight guest.
As we await the trial, one thing is clear. This is only the beginning of what could be a long and painful reckoning for Hollywood. Diddy's case has already exposed cracks in the entertainment industry's carefully constructed facade, and as more details emerge, those cracks could grow into a full-blown collapse. The question now is just how deep this rabbit hole goes and who else might be caught in the fallout. This scandal has already captured the public's attention, and with the trial still months away, there's no telling what other bombshells could drop in the meantime. The grand jury's decision on the tapes will be pivotal and could determine the future of Diddy's career and potentially the careers of other high-profile celebrities. The stakes have never been higher, and as the tension mounts, one can't help but wonder what else lies hidden in the shadows of Hollywood's glittering surface.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes.
Yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
The revelations from Burgess have already set off a chain reaction, and the question now is how far the dominoes will fall. Will Diddy be able to weather the storm, or will this be the scandal that finally brings him down? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. Hollywood will never be the same once the truth comes to light. As we move closer to the trial, the tension is only going to increase. Now, things are about to get even more interesting. What we're about to uncover is a web of secrets and scandals that has surrounded Diddy for years. And trust us, this goes far beyond the current investigation. While the recent revelations from Burgess are shocking, they're really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Diddy's long and complicated history in Hollywood. There's a reason so many people are holding their breath as this case unfolds, and it has everything to do with the stories we're about to reveal.
Civil lawsuit. Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, sexual assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
For years, rumors have surrounded Diddy's infamous parties, gatherings so exclusive and intense that even the most seasoned celebrities might feel out of their depth. These weren't your average Hollywood get-togethers, where champagne flows and red carpets are rolled out. No, these parties were something entirely different. Known for their secrecy and wild, anything-goes atmosphere, they quickly became the stuff of legend. As more details emerge, it's becoming clear that those who attended these events may have been involved in much more than they ever anticipated. These parties attracted some of the biggest names in entertainment, from A-list actors and musicians to athletes and high-powered executives. While the specifics of what went on behind closed doors have remained largely hidden, there have always been plenty of hints. Take, for example, the infamous freak-off parties whispered about for years. According to sources, these events were anything but typical Hollywood affairs. They were over-the-top, extravagant, and if the rumors are true, downright scandalous.
So yesterday, on Monday, Diddy celebrated his 55th birthday, but this year was a lot different. It was no Diddy parties. It was none of that. None of that stuff. Well, happily, so I guess right now. But anyway, so this is his first birthday behind bars.
With Burgess's testimony, it seems those long-standing rumors about Diddy's parties might not have been mere gossip after all. If his claims are true, and the flash drives really do contain footage from these notorious gatherings, we could be looking at a bombshell that would shake Hollywood to its core. Burgess has suggested that the tapes show some of the most famous people in the world engaging in behavior that could ruin their careers. And the worst part is, some of these individuals may not have even known they were being filmed. Just imagine being one of the biggest stars in the world, attending a private, exclusive event at Diddy's mansion, thinking you're in a safe space, only to later find out that footage exists of you engaging in something that could permanently damage your reputation. The fallout from such a revelation would be catastrophic. According to Burgess, these tapes could do just that. While we don't yet know who was on them, he's hinted that the footage includes some of the most recognizable names in the world, possibly even people more high-profile than Diddy himself. That's why Hollywood is holding its breath, because if these tapes are released, they could bring down not just one person, but an entire network of celebrities who have long been protected by their fame and fortune. The entertainment industry has always been quick to close ranks when one of its own is in trouble, but if these allegations are proven true, there may be no way to spin this. We're talking about reputations that could be shattered, endorsements lost, and careers destroyed overnight.
He has a shrink coming by his cell to see him several times a day. And now there's talk about putting him in, it's like a bubble. It's like a cell that has like a plexiglass wall in it where they have inmates watching you. That's actually their job, to keep an eye on the inmates that are on side watch.
And it's not just A-listers who are worried. Diddy's parties weren't exclusive to actors and musicians. They also attracted a powerful mix of industry figures, executives, producers, investors, people who have a lot to lose if their involvement comes to light. You have to wonder how many of these individuals are now scrambling to distance themselves from Diddy, hoping their ties to him won't come back to haunt them. What's even more surprising is that this isn't the first time Diddy has faced such allegations. Over the years, his career has been marked by a series of scandals, many involving violence and misconduct. Take, for instance, the infamous nightclub incident in 1999 when Diddy and his then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez found themselves caught in the middle of a shooting at a New York City club. The media frenzy that followed put Diddy's name in the headlines for months, but he managed to walk away relatively unscathed. However, that was one of the earliest signs that his behind-the-scenes life wasn't as polished as his public persona.
This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly.
Then there's the long-standing speculation about Diddy's potential involvement in the demises of two of hip-hop's biggest icons, Tupac Shakur and the Notorious Big. While Diddy has never been directly tied to either case, conspiracy theories abound suggesting he may have played a role, or at least had knowledge of what transpired. The East Coast versus West Coast rivalry that defined the 1990s rap scene was incredibly volatile, with Diddy's label, Bad Boy Records, right in the middle of it. Both Shakur and Biggie were killed in unsolved shootings that remain shrouded in mystery, and Diddy's name continues to surface in discussions about what really happened. Given this history, the current allegations against Diddy don't seem all that surprising. His life has been marked by controversy for decades, and while he's managed to survive scandal after scandal, this time the stakes are higher than ever. The evidence being brought forward is more damning than anything we've seen before, and this could be the scandal that finally takes him down.
Expected, just the shock of this and the questions about what is ahead of us. I mean, how long is he going to be in custody? Is this an R. Kelly's situation? Is he going to not get out for a number of years? Is he going to end up serving a long-term prison sentence from this? Or does he have a chance of beating these charges at a trial that could come, within the next 2 years?
One of the most troubling aspects of this entire situation is the possibility that celebrities may have unknowingly been recorded. According to Burgess, Diddy had hidden cameras throughout his homes, capturing footage of his guests without their consent. If this is true, it's a massive invasion of privacy and raises serious legal concerns. Not only could Diddy face charges for recording people without their knowledge, but anyone featured in those tapes could potentially sue him for damages. This could turn into a legal nightmare that drags on for years as more individuals come forward claiming they were victims of this surveillance. The potential fallout is enormous. Even if the tapes never surface, the mere existence of them is enough to send shockwaves through the industry. Celebrities and executives are likely scrambling to figure out how deep their connections to Diddy run and whether anything from these tapes could come back to haunt them. With the trial still months away, there's no telling how much worse things could become.
But that's Kim's story. That's Kim's book. That's Kim's book. Then you hear about the fact that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht? Wow, I ain't hear about that.
And let's not overlook the manuscript that Burgess claims to have in his possession. If it's authentic, it could provide even more damning evidence against Diddy. According to Burgess, the manuscript reveals Kim Porter's personal experiences with Diddy, detailing shocking revelations about his behavior. If this document is introduced in court, it could corroborate Burgess's claims and paint a much darker picture of Diddy than anyone anticipated. Hollywood has long been a place where secrets are kept behind closed doors. But it seems those doors are beginning to crack open. What's happening with Diddy right now could mark a turning point for the entire industry, one that forces people to confront the uncomfortable truths about what happens in the shadows. For years, powerful figures have managed to escape accountability, hiding behind their fame and influence to get away with actions that would ruin the lives of ordinary people. But as these stories continue to surface, it's becoming increasingly difficult to shield those in power from the consequences of their actions.
What his team is trying to do is get the public to assume that the government is leaking some of this negative information about him, like that Cassie video. But the reality is, he's got a lot of enemies, and I really don't.
What's truly fascinating about this case is how it's not only exposing Diddy, but also revealing the entire system that has allowed individuals like him to operate without accountability for so long. If the allegations prove true, it's not just Diddy who's guilty. It's the culture of silence and complicity that has shielded him and countless others like him. This is why this case is so significant. It's not just about the fall of one man. It's about shedding light on an entire industry and forcing it to confront the things that have been buried for decades. As we look toward Diddy's trial in 2025, many questions remain. Will the tapes be admitted into evidence? Will more celebrities step forward with their own stories? And most importantly, will Hollywood finally be held accountable for the dark truths it's tried so desperately to keep hidden? One thing's for sure, this is far from over. New details are surfacing every day, and with each revelation, the picture becomes clearer. What started as a scandal involving one man has now grown into something much larger, something that could forever alter the entertainment industry. As we await the next chapter of this unfolding story, we can't help but wonder, how many more secrets are still out there, waiting to be uncovered? Share your thoughts in the comments, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the latest updates as this story continues to evolve.